Davis piling up points. The crowd reacts to it and bombs away for Davis.
Tank is the kind of fighter who knows how to get people talking, whether it's through his mind games with opponents or his interactions with fans. Right now, he's back in the spotlight, with everyone buzzing about his latest training videos and his impressive physique. But if you thought that was the end of the story, think again. He's made it clear that he has no plans to retire anytime soon. The American star, known for his incredible power and ability to draw large crowds, had previously mentioned that he was thinking about retiring in 2025. This announcement sparked a lot of debate among fans. Some felt that Davis was just messing with people, while others believed he might actually be stepping away from the sport for good. However, despite all the rumors, his recent comments and new photos show him in top shape, which has only added fuel to the fire, leaving fans wondering what comes next.
I mean, if he want to retire with the career that he got, then go ahead and do whatever you got to do. So I disagree with it. I think it's soft, but that's on him.
Do you still think that
Confidence we saw in Avila in the first couple rounds has dissipated because of that cut.
When Davis recently shared a picture showing off his physique, fans quickly noticed how much better he looked. He's now leaner, more defined, and clearly putting in serious work for his upcoming fight with Roach. It's not just about flexing muscles, he's sending a clear message. Davis seems focused and determined, which many fans believe is a sign that he's not ready to retire yet. One fan confidently said, "And you guys think he's going to retire? He's clearly motivated." Another fan was even more direct, saying, "I thought he wasn't in shape, wasn't disciplined, always gaining weight between fights. This guy is serious."
I say 9th round.
what?
I say 9th round.
You said 9?
Yeah.
What's your response to that, Lamont?
Look, he got scared. Look. He looked at night.
I'm telling you, you saying you going down in a 9?
The praise for Davis didn't stop after his latest photo. Fans started making bold predictions about his future. "He looks so good. Wow, Roach is in trouble," one person said. Another fan added more pressure, stating, "There's no way he's retiring after that." The excitement about a possible fight with Lomachenko and Kessin shows just how many fans believe Davis still has big things left to do in the ring. But not everyone is buying into the hype. One fan took a different approach, questioning Davis's choice of opponent in his upcoming fight. Something that has always sparked conversation about Tank.
There's a gun to your head. When are we gonna see the Shakur Tanks, the Shakur Devin, the Devin Tanks?
There's only one fight that is really
The one?
bad. Like, if we were like gonna be for real about it, like,
keep it on. What's the fight?
my opinion, because we talking about like skill and like boxing, like all.
To that cut, that body shot hurt him. Big body shots. Borrego drops back down to cut.
Some fans have criticized Davis for getting in shape to fight someone who they believe never had a chance against him. One comment read, "When will Davis fight a real threat?" This reflects a bigger concern that's followed Davis since his impressive win over Ryan Garcia in April 2023. Some fans feel Davis has been choosing easier opponents instead of going after the toughest challenges. The upcoming fight with Lamont Roach, for example, hasn't excited many fans. While Roach is a skilled fighter, he's not seen as a serious threat to Davis. If Davis wins easily, critics are likely to grow louder, calling for him to face bigger names like Shakur, Stevenson, Lomachenko, or even Kessin Davis.
When Tank and Lomachenko was in negotiations, that shit was worldwide. It was public. When Lomachenko said no, they publicly said, "Yo, Lomachenko turned down the fight. He's a duck. He's this, that, and the third." Why that didn't happen with me if that happened?
The rivalry between Shakur, Stevenson, and Davis is heating up. Fans have been eager for this fight for months, and Stevenson hasn't been shy about expressing his desire to face Davis. In a recent interview with TalkSport.com, Stevenson made his position very clear. He said, "He's the big superstar, the biggest name, the top pay-per-view star in boxing." Stevenson believes that because Davis holds that title, it's up to him to make the fight happen. As he put it, the ball is in his court.
Fuck no. I ain't never been knocked down a day in my life. I ain't never really been like hurt in no fight. Like far as, cause people took when I said this wrong. Like,
You cannot be saved by the bell. Avila stays up.
Stevenson didn't stop there. He made it clear that while he wants the fight, he's not in a position to offer Davis the kind of big payday he's asking for. "I can't say I'm going to send him an offer, Turkey can, but I don't have the money to make a big enough offer to Gervonta Davis, Stevenson explained. This statement has added another layer to the situation. If Turkey Alal Sheikh, a well-known promoter with deep pockets, gets involved, the fight could become a reality. But until that happens, Stevenson seems frustrated with Davis's lack of action.
When Tank and Lomachenko was in negotiations, that was worldwide. It was public. When Lomachenko said no, they publicly said, yo, Lomachenko turned down the fight. He's a duck. He's this, that, and the third. Why that didn't happen with me if that happened?
I don't know why it hasn't happened. He's a weird human being. I don't have much respect for him, to be honest, Stevenson added. His comment was like throwing gasoline on a fire. It's sure to increase the tension between the two fighters and their teams. Davis, known for his fiery personality, won't take kindly to being called weird or disrespected like that. If anything, this back and forth is setting the stage for one of the most anticipated boxing matches in recent history. But Davis isn't the only name being mentioned. Gervonta Davis, an undefeated rising star, has also been thrown into the mix as a potential opponent. Gervonta has made it clear that he's ready for any challenge. Fans are already calling for Davis to face Gervonta before retiring. Some believe this could be a defining fight for Tank, while others think it could be a trap. Gervonta's speed, agility, and hunger make him a dangerous opponent, and a loss to him could damage Davis's legacy. Another possible opponent for Davis is Vasyl Lomachenko. Although Lomachenko has had some recent setbacks, he remains one of the most respected names in boxing. A fight between Davis and Lomachenko would be a clash of skill, strategy, and determination. Many fans believe this fight should happen before Davis even thinks about retirement.
Who have Shakur? What have Shakur done? What have he done in the sport? He haven't done nothing. The young one is looking more better than him.
Who that?
The Keyshawn looking way more better than this. I keep screaming his name. He haven't done nothing.
The subtlety is gone in this fight. It's about Davis believing he can get.
The involvement of Turkey's Alal Sheikh could change everything. With his financial resources and ability to promote huge events, Alal Sheikh has the power to make any big fight happen. If he steps in, the chances of Davis facing fighters like Stevenson, Gervonta, or Lomachenko become much more realistic. Fans are already imagining the potential mega fights Alal Sheikh could help organize, and the pressure is building on Davis to stay in the game. Despite all the talk of retirement, Davis's current shape shows that he's far from finished. His physique sends a clear message: he's ready for war. Whether that battle comes in the form of a fight with Roach, Stevenson, or someone else, only time will tell. But one thing is for sure, Davis is not the type of man to back down from a challenge.
Well, that's what Calvin Ford told me. I think that went kind of viral, right?
Tank Davis's recent back and forth about retirement has shaken up the entire lightweight division, creating both uncertainty and excitement. His earlier statements about retiring seemed to close the door on possible fights with longtime rivals like Shakur Stevenson, the WBC champion, and Vasyl Lomachenko, who holds the IBF belt. But now, after his comments on a recent podcast, it's clear that Davis's story is far from over. When Davis was asked if there were more fights ahead after his upcoming showdown with Lamont Roach, his response was bold and left little room for doubt. "There's definitely some more heads I've got to put on the wall," he said. This statement almost feels like an open invitation for Stevenson and Lomachenko to step back into the ring with him. It also gives new hope to fans who have been eager for these matchups for years.
6, 7 more fights, and I'm naming names. One of the guys, obviously, you and Shakur got into it on Twitter. You was like, you wanted them 6 or 7.
Yeah, he's definitely one of them.
For sure?
Yeah, he's definitely one of them.
Do you think that's going to be your hardest fight?
Hell no.
Nah?
Wow.
Because he
As well you should. Okay? Well you should, champ.
It's not just Tank Davis's potential return to the ring that has people talking. His recent comments revealed more than just his boxing ambitions. He opened up about his personal struggles, admitting that he had promised his longtime advisor Al Heyman that he would retire and focus on his family. Still, Davis made it clear that he's not ready to walk away for good. "I want to get myself together, not retire but take a break," Davis said. "There's stuff I need to work on, like being there for my kids, going to school, and building myself up as a person, as a great human being." This moment of vulnerability came as a surprise to many, especially since Davis is usually known for his bold, brash attitude in the boxing world.
Tank Davis? It'll be a great time for a fight against Tank Davis right now. So even before that. So the boxing world wants to see the best fight the best. So right now it's a great time for the Tank Davis fight. After that fight, it'll be a great time for the Tank Davis fight. Doesn't matter when. That's always great.
But in the world of boxing, it seems promises can be hard to keep. Davis's recent comments show his determination for one more shot at greatness. Specifically, a long-awaited fight with Shakur Stevenson. With Stevenson set to defend his WBC belt on February 22nd against Floyd Schofield, many believe that Davis is preparing to face the winner of that fight. Davis also reflected on the fight that almost happened, the one with Vasyl Lomachenko. In the back of my mind, I was like, damn, he was a fighter I was supposed to fight, Davis admitted. He revealed that the two were close to negotiating a fight last year before Lomachenko took a break from the sport. But Davis wasn't angry about it. Instead, he seemed more reflective. He even defended Lomachenko, saying, "I felt like he didn't like people saying he was scared or something like that. I don't think that's the case," and expressed understanding of Lomachenko's decision to focus on his family at that time.
Steven Espinoza said Shakur turned down a one-fight deal to fight you because he wanted a multi-fight deal. What's your thoughts on that? He's not worth it. He's not worth no multi-fight deal. He's not even worth it.
Getting in the round to stay in it, and now Davis thinks he's got him.
While Davis acknowledged Lomachenko's situation, he also hinted that both of them are at crucial points in their careers. Lomachenko, now older and a father, might be considering retirement by December 2024, though nothing has been confirmed. However, rumors about his possible exit from professional boxing have been growing stronger lately, leading fans to wonder if one last fight with Davis could happen before Lomachenko calls it quits. Meanwhile, legendary boxing promoter Bob Arum has added some extra drama to the situation. Arum, who has guided numerous champions over the years, recently expressed his strong belief in rising lightweight star Gervonta Davis. "I favor Gervonta over anybody in the lightweight division right now, including Lomachenko," Arum told USM Sports Media. He also mentioned that if Lomachenko returns to the ring, he might not be the same fighter he was before, stating, "He was never really big enough at lightweight."
3 people in the world that I think that could beat Tank. That would be Devin, that would be Shakur, and Tank Davis himself.
You got the last one right. That's the only person that can beat me. Gervonta Davis. That's the only person. Them niggas cannot touch me at all. They all been in the ring with me. They all been in the ring, and I cracked both of them.
Arum's claim that Lomachenko was better suited for the featherweight and junior lightweight divisions may be a blow to Lomachenko's supporters, but it's his strong belief in Gervonta Davis that's really turning heads. "I think Gervonta is better than anybody in the lightweight division," Arum said. Gervonta is preparing for a world title fight against Dennis Binick, and his fast rise in the lightweight ranks has been impressive. With just 12 fights under his belt, Gervonta already holds an Olympic silver medal and is seen as a serious contender for the top spot in the division. However, Gervonta's fight week hasn't been without controversy. He accused Baron Cheek's team of a racist incident, which sparked outrage throughout the boxing community. These allegations have added even more tension to an already heated matchup. Teofimo Lopez also weighed in with his own controversial comments, which, while not fully revealed yet, have only added fuel to the fire, taking the story beyond boxing and into wider social and cultural discussions. With Gervonta Davis, Shakur Stevenson, Vasyl Lomachenko, and now Gervonta Davis, all circling the lightweight division, it's clear that the stakes have never been higher. Davis's decision to put retirement on hold could set off a chain reaction that leads to some of the most exciting matchups in boxing's recent history.
As quick as a tank can shoot its armaments, and at the
Mikey Garcia's criticism of Shakur Stevenson's fighting style as boring isn't new, but it's gaining attention again because Stevenson has been very vocal about wanting a fight with Gervonta Davis. Let's be honest. Stevenson seems to be talking about Tank Davis more than his upcoming opponent, Floyd Schofield, and some people are starting to think he's desperate. While some may call it good marketing, others feel it's a sign that Shakur is already eyeing a big payday fight while downplaying his current challenge. This focus on Davis isn't sitting well with Garcia or many hardcore boxing fans, who prefer excitement over a defensive, less throwing style. Garcia hasn't been shy about his thoughts, making it clear that he's not buying into the hype surrounding Stevenson's approach to the sport.
He crack you 9 times out of 10, you're gonna go down. That's his ability. I'm blessed with God-given eyes. A lot of people don't understand how good my eyes is. I can see really good. Like punches come my way, I know how to get away from them at any given time. Our abilities are just different, so they probably are judging me from a scale of him, but at the end of the day,
Mikey Garcia's criticism of Shakur Stevenson's style hits a nerve because it taps into something many people already think but are too polite to say. Stevenson fights simply to win, and he doesn't care much about being exciting. And honestly, why should he? He's undefeated with a record of 20-0, and he keeps landing bigger fights. However, Garcia makes a valid point when he says that this approach can rub fans the wrong way. When people pay for a pay-per-view, they expect knockouts or at least the constant threat of one. Stevenson's style doesn't deliver that. His fights feel more like strategic chess matches rather than action-packed brawls, and unless you're a die-hard boxing fan, it can be a bit boring. Garcia's harsh comment about Stevenson lacking the chin or power to stand in the pocket is tough but fair. When Shakur does take a hit, it's clear he's not a fan of it. He's not one to invite punishment. That's where Tank Davis comes in, a fighter who loves to deliver punishment. Tank would likely be chasing Stevenson around all night, which makes for an exciting matchup.
How can you, all that's just okay. How can you stop people that can actually hit? No matter all that boxing, you're going to get hit.
The Tank can shoot its armaments, and at the DC Armory,
it's not just about whether Shakur Stevenson has power or not, it's about how he fights. He's got incredible speed, excellent footwork, and solid defense. But what he lacks is that killer instinct that makes for truly exciting, legendary fights. Fans don't want to see a fighter circle the ring for 12 rounds, throwing a few jabs here and there just to win on points. They want action, intensity, and the chance of a knockout at any moment. Stevenson doesn't offer that kind of excitement, and Mikey Garcia knows it. That's why Garcia has said he's not excited about the idea of Tank Davis facing Stevenson. For Garcia, it's not about whether Stevenson is a skilled fighter. He's acknowledged Shakur's talent many times. It's about whether his style is entertaining to watch, and for a lot of fans, it just isn't. Mikey's preference for a fight between Tank and Vasyl Lomachenko speaks volumes. Even though Lomachenko may be past his prime, he still brings that fighting spirit. Despite his movement and defensive style, Lomachenko isn't trying to just survive 12 rounds without getting hit. He's trying to outclass his opponent and cause damage. That's what fans want to see, and if someone like Al Heyman, who has the financial power to make big fights happen, wants to throw money at it, a Tank vs. Lomachenko fight could easily become a reality. That fight would be thrilling, even just because Lomachenko won't back down from a battle. On the other hand, Stevenson is going to stick to his cautious, low-risk strategy every time, and that's not what most fans are looking for. The idea that money drives big fights is nothing new, but it's a sore subject here. Shakur is relying on Al Heyman's deep pockets to make a Tank versus Stevenson fight happen, but even if it does, how many fans will actually be excited about it? Garcia is simply saying what a lot of people think, but are too afraid to admit. Stevenson can be a tough sell. Sure, he has a loyal fan base who will defend his technical skill, but casual fans are likely to change the channel if it's another slow, 12-round fight. Stevenson has to realize this too, because the only big names he's calling out are Tank and Lomachenko. Two fighters with enough star power to make even a less than thrilling fight worth watching.
Yeah, man, I mean, it's going to go. Tank going to be losing the first 3 rounds. Then he's going to download the data. Then he going to knock this dude out in round 7 or 8. Then he going to do the backflip. Then Jim Gray's going to get in the ring, or Caleb Plant's wife, and say, who do you want next? And Tank's going to say, I want all those guys. And they're going to go to the press conference, and Elliot Setback's going to say, who do you want next? He say, I want all the...
Avila needed to show something at the beginning of the round to stay in it, and now Davis thinks he's...
Mikey Garcia's most controversial point is that Tank Davis probably won't fight anyone who presents a real threat right now. And it's tough to argue against that. Garcia sees it as a critique, but there's some truth to it. Tank is in a position where he doesn't need to take on high-risk fights unless the payday is huge. And let's be honest, Tank's team isn't exactly pushing for those risks. If Shakur Stevenson doesn't change his approach, he'll keep waiting for that one big payday, while Tank continues knocking out lesser-known opponents and cashing in on checks. It's not just about Stevenson's style. It's about what fans expect from a Tank fight. Gervonta has built his reputation on highlight reel knockouts. Fans want to see him dominate and destroy his opponents, not chase them around the ring for 12 rounds. If someone like Al Heyman throws a lot of money at a Tank-Monty-Stevenson fight, it will only happen because Stevenson has been calling Tank out loudly. But that doesn't mean fans will actually enjoy the fight. Garcia's right. If Tank faces Stevenson, fans will probably complain the whole time, especially if it turns into a slow, drawn-out chess match. Stevenson's style might help him win, but it won't turn him into a big star. And that's the real problem here.
Can't even see who it is. Yeah. Who is the dude? Who is the dude?
And that right there is why Gervonta Davis fights.
Garcia understands it, and so do many boxing fans. Shakur Stevenson can keep calling out Tank Davis, but if he doesn't change the way he fights, he'll never be a part of any major matchups. Winning in boxing isn't enough on its own. You have to win in a way that excites people and makes them want to watch. Stevenson has the skills, but he's missing that key element. Until he figures that out, he'll be stuck trying to get fights he can't land, wondering why the fans aren't supporting him. Garcia's criticism isn't just about Stevenson's abilities as a fighter, it's also about the current state of boxing and matchmaking. Fans are tired of waiting for the fights they want only to end up with ones they don't care about. Stevenson's style isn't going to make him a fan favorite anytime soon, but he doesn't seem to care. He's going to keep doing what works for him, and that might be why Mikey is so frustrated. Garcia sees the potential for big fights slipping away because Stevenson isn't willing to evolve his style. Unless Stevenson finds a way to bring excitement to his fights, he'll be stuck waiting for Tank or Vasyl Lomachenko to offer him a chance. That's not a great position to be in. For now, Tank Davis has to face Lamont Roach first. How do you think all this will unfold? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for more updates.